Dominic Kirkwood was born into wealth and privilege, but his story ended in mystery, scandal, and horror. Dominic was born in London 1885, the youngest child of the illustrious Kirkwood dynasty. His family had made their fortunes in the textile industry during the Industrial Revolution. An idle and arrogant child, he showed very little interest in following in his family's footsteps. Kirkwood was unpopular with his peers and teachers, and despite his fierce intellect and academic success, he suffered expulsion from a considerable number of boys' schools, with one master describing him as beyond corrupt and beyond salvation. Shunning formal academia, Kirkwood began working rapidly through his inheritance, spending liberally on rare tomes and excursions to East Asia. It was during this time he began developing an interest in the dark arts. Whilst this initial flirtation was designed primarily to annoy his family, his interest deepened when he came into the orbit of the notorious Carswell cult of Luford Hall. After Carswell's mysterious death, Kirkwood took up briefly with the magician Aleister Crowley, who he later denounced as a charlatan and rank amateur, and moved to the south coast to pursue what he called his ultimate work. Kirkwood's fascination with the forbidden deepened, and he began to explore what he coined consciousness projection. It was Kirkwood's belief that through focused group concentration on a shared ritual or pattern, it was possible for a psychic bridge to be forged between two subjects. He theorized that it would be possible to project the energy of the mind into the brain of another subject, given the correct modulation of brainwave amplified by collective consciousness. His theories in mind control and thought manipulation drew interest and private funding from anonymous foreign parties. Kirkwood would often experiment with his servants, forcing them with bribery, threats, and blackmail to engage in his bizarre rituals. In mid-December 1929, during one such experimental session, an unexplained fire began in his townhouse. The ensuing blaze took the lives of 3 of his servants, who were found unmoved, still sitting cross-legged. They had burnt to death without moving, facing the center of a strangely marked circle on the floor. The presumed subject of the experiment, a parlour-maid, was physically unharmed, but was left completely insane. Despite thorough searches, no trace of Kirkwood was ever found. 5 years after his disappearance, he was declared legally dead. A number of his writings were seized by officials and remain secret to this day.